Gang, one of my all-time favorite indie series is coming to an end, and I want to tell you about it. Welcome back to John's Comics with Kids. I am John, and I want to talk to you a little bit about a series called Canto. This series was incredibly popular when it first premiered over on IDW Comics and has since gone through 5 epic hardcover volumes, and they're being produced now through Dark Horse Comics. This is a great series for people of all ages, comic readers of all ages. I got into this series with my daughters, and we've all read them together. It's been a whole lot of fun. The 5th and final volume just came out here this last month, and I got a chance to talk to writer David Booher. The artist is Zucker, and I've been very lucky and fortunate to interview the two of them a few different times on different live streams. My daughters even got a chance to interview them and ask them some questions early on. Um, uh, and recently, he's been in this area. David Booher has been having some great signings. He was at WonderCon, and he was at my LCS this last weekend. I got, of course, a ton of variants signed. I had to get all of my hardcovers signed. He was nice enough to personalize all of them to me and the girls. Really, really great to have these in our collection. I've got all 5 volumes here, but I also got another copy of volume 1 so that I can give it away to one of my channel members. So he did not personalize this one. This is one that's going to be going out to one of my channel members here in the next few weeks. I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed this series because it's just been a whole lot of fun. There's no great words to describe a fun story when you get into it. This universe gives me, Wizard of Oz vibes. It really has this one Willow, sort of like this fun Willow fantasy vibe to it. And I'm a big fantasy reader. I've loved those kind of books my entire life. So this captures a lot of those great themes, those underdog themes, and the hero rising to an incredible challenge. So these 5 volumes, when you put them all together, comprise a story called The Shrouded Man. And when I asked David about it, he was saying that this was his original envisioned sort of concept. He didn't know how long it would go. So that first arc, that first volume, he was considering could be the whole thing. But then as the popularity for this character in this world grew, he had this bigger arc in mind, and that was the Shrouded Man story. And it is officially here now, come to an end. These are the 5 hardcover volumes. Again, shout out to the awesome people at Dark Horse for taking this character in and then giving them this incredible set, and for letting us know that there will be more Canto in the future. Yes, this is the end of the Shrouded Man story, but where Canto goes from here, what his journey will be next in a sort of Usagi Yojimbo style, I think it's going to be very exciting to see what David and Drew do going forward. They are a really great dynamic team. They are bi-coastal, so one on each coast, and yet their artwork feels like it synthesizes well with the writing and becomes this wonderful universe. I want to share some of the things I got signed. Let's take a look at some of the comics that I got signed. Of course, I had to get some of my later printings of issue 1. I have this one thanks to Natalie from D Comic Queen. Natalie sent this to me and my girls when she heard how big of a fan we are, and we came to the series a little bit late, and we did not get an issue number 1 first print. But she sent that in, and I sent it to get to get the CGC grading. I'm so pumped on how it came out. This is the second print, and then this is the third print. And I had David sign both of these. He even did a fun remark on this one. So cool. I love it. Absolutely awesome of him to do that. And I've got, of course, some others that I really love that I got signed. Here is a issue number 2, second print, I believe this is. Lots of great space here. I'll have to get Drew to sign the other side here at some point, I think. He had some fun variants, including this David Mack variant, which I love. So fantastic. So I had to snag that one. I thought this was so excellent. It gave me, I don't know, it gave me the vibes of this throw back to like old books that I read when I was a kid. The nostalgia that this brought up to me, I don't know, as a cereal box or something. This is just a whole lot of fun. This little like packaging, like the back of a toy or something. So I got 2 of these. I will definitely be giving one of these away to a channel member at some point in the near future, but one of them is staying with me, absolutely. And then he had this great variant, of course, an homage variant to Dark Knight, and I thought this was so fantastic. So I got one of those. So I snagged lots of them. He also had some fun Mark Spears covers, so I snagged a couple of these. I'll probably be using these in giveaways at some point. So those were kind of fun. But yeah, it was fun to talk to him a little bit. David Booher lives in this part of California, and I've had a chance to talk to him a few different times, like I mentioned. And I'm always excited to hear what else he's doing. For those that are unfamiliar in any way, maybe you're not into indie books, he's been writing a ton of some of my favorite properties when they come to comics. So Firefly, Ghostbusters. He's doing some like Stranger Things now. He's hooked into a whole universe. The original our animated series Dungeons and Dragons became a comic the last few years, and he's been writing that comic book. Lots of great things to enjoy. Plus his own original stuff like Canto or Specs is another series that he did, and Killer Queens. So a ton of titles on the indie scene that have really been blowing up. And I'm so excited to see what might lie in store in the future. I know he's doing in the midst now of another Ghostbusters storyline. I think, see, this video should drop on Thursday. The day before, I think a new Ghostbusters issue drops on at your LCS New Comic Book Day, so you can check it out. These are based on the newer films and some of the newer characters that have been in the newer movies, if you're a Ghostbusters fan. So yeah, I'm super excited about it. I don't know if you've read Canto. If you haven't, I highly recommend it. You could become a channel member, and maybe you'll have a chance to win this hardcover. I'm super excited to have this full Shrouded Man set now on my shelf, and eventually, whenever they get to it, adding a 6th volume if they continue the story of Canto in that Usagi Yojimbo vein and kind of his journeys going forward. Because this universe, this fantasy universe, gives me a lot of, again, those fun vibes of, you know, Princess Bride, Willow, where you just have this wonderful universe to explore here. And I think it will be a lot of fun to see where the story goes going forward. Shout out to my channel members already, the people that have an opportunity right now to win this at the end of the month. These people are all entered to win. So every one of them will have at least one option in. And then my New Mutants, I will randomize this. I think I'm at 3 times now. And 3 of these people will be thrown onto that list as well for an opportunity to win that trade, that hardcover, and some fun variants. I'll throw in some goodies as always, so some fun things for those people. Let me know down below. Are you a Canto fan? Are you going to be snagging some of these great hardcovers? And let me know what you think.